move the ball around, right? We're going to move the ball. Everybody helped us again tonight. And I think just a really gutty performance from Drake. Really just continue to enjoy watching him grow and lead this football team. And, it was good for us to again, we'd love to have a win by 2 scores, but being able to come back and execute in a critical situation, take the clock down, and win it on our terms.
What did they say maybe about the mental resilience of your team to be able to come back and win a game like this, perhaps that's not wrong?
That's how we practiced. We were talking about taking the next step, and we got off to a really good start defensively and kind of just beat ourselves a little bit from the details in the first half. Offense came back when we needed them in the second half, and defensively, it's a huge challenge, to defend them, and we got some stops. We didn't get as many as we wanted to, but we got enough to give ourselves a chance in the end. So a lot of credit to everybody on defense and Zach and his staff and everybody over there.
What did you see in game prep that you try to exploit going into use it to your advantage going into the second half?
We just try to prepare and try to focus on getting better each and every day. Felt like if we could protect them, and we did a nice job. They started blitzing. In the fourth quarter. We hit a couple plays that I felt were the difference when they started blitzing and started heating us up. That we were able to hit some plays and some X plays against it. So that was probably the difference for us, being able to not let the blitz affect us.
Mike, how do you explain Drake kind of just simply settling down? It looked like, specifically against that blitz, when he gets moved early against pressure.
Just the game's not over in the first series. I'm sure we'll want to start faster, but we finished really well and settled down. And so again, I just really proud of the whole team for being able to come into this road environment. We talk about there's a lot of other people that had cracks of beating them here. For 14 games they had their opportunity, and we and those players took advantage of that opportunity and beat a really good football team that hasn't lost here much.
Mike, your thoughts on Andy's kick?
When you can see when he's building some confidence in his swing, it looks good. I don't know much about kicking other than it just looks like a good driver when those pros hit it right down the middle, and there's some balance to it and there's some calmness, and I think he's been working really hard, and to Tom and Jeremy, they've been working hard with him as well to maintain that consistency, that consistent swing, and I'm excited. I'm happy for him. Happy for all those guys, especially Andy and Julian and Bryce that worked so hard. And it's funny, we just talked about all these blocks around the league, and trying to get these guys to practice field goal protection on a Wednesday in October, I thought would be a lot harder than what it was. They really just bought into it, the pad level, and every single rep. When you think in the middle of practice they could get lazy, and so we asked them to focus on it. We asked them to treat each kick like it was a game winner all week, and the protection was sound. And you see around the league that these kicks are getting blocked, and so obviously they practiced it. They recognized how important it was, and we were able to execute there at the end.
Mike, what allowed you to keep James Cook in check?
We just a great performance by our defense, and we had a couple leaky ones, and I thought that they tackled okay, and I thought we had a good scheme, and they executed it. But all the credit goes to the players. We'd like to have been able to get Josh a couple times, but that's no easy task. So in the end, we made a few more plays than they did.
Coach, Mike, how does this win for the confidence of this team moving forward?
We were confident coming in here, so I guess it only probably helped, but we'll have to start over and continue to improve. We talked about how we have to improve along the way, and this was the next step that we needed to take. So we'll pick up the pieces and get back to work as soon as we get on the plane, and there'll be another team that they'll be waiting for us on the road in New Orleans.
Can you talk about the Mom Drake fumble first, scoring 2 important touchdown field?
We got to get this corrected. We got to get it corrected, but we also need everybody's skill set, and we want to be aggressive, but we don't want to be reckless. And You know, you can't relax. You know, I mean, you can't be 2, 3, 4 inches from the ground and let them go in there. And we'll just keep practicing it. We'll keep repping it. But you know, to his credit, you know, he was able to help us, you know, in the end, like a lot of other guys. So, you know, we got to get it fixed because we need his ability and his skill set, but we can't put the ball on the ground.
Mike, two of the biggest plays in this game. Stefon Diggs 32-yard catch on the 5-yard line and the interception in the red zone. How'd that spark your football team?
Well, it was good to get some turnovers. You know, we had a couple, and I mean, the penalties were, you know, again, I can tell you I disagree with some of the judgments and everything else, and I'm not, you know, but just the resiliency of trying to get in the drive stopped was critical. And then Diggs, he just, you know, came up big all night and, you know, was able to, you know, do some things after the catch too, which was good.
Mike, just so you get the tunnel, why is it important for you to kind of greet and congratulate the players coming off the field?
Well, this is their day. I mean, I'm happy for them. We challenge them all week. We push them. We coach them. You know, I mean, whether they think I'm an asshole during the week or not, I don't know. But I'm going to try to coach the heck out of them all week and try to get them ready and the things that I think that are important for us to do. Try to get to do them, and then they get to the game. It's their day to go and put all that hard work out there, and I'm happy for them. I want to thank and congratulate each and every one of them. Everybody has a role. Everybody has a job, and those jobs are critical, whether that's the trainer, the equipment manager, the assistant coach, the offensive coordinator, our starters, our special teams players, our backups. It takes everybody to come on the road, especially it takes everybody to win in this league, and I want to thank them for that, and I like to see the look on their faces. I'm happy for them.
Like, playing as much man-to-man as you did tonight, how proud are you of the DBs in terms of their determination and endurance?
Yeah, well, they ran around, they chased them around again. You know, Josh extends the play, and it's hard. You know, I mean, when the ball doesn't come out in rhythm, it gets hard to chase them around and be able to defend them. But we did, and we were able to. And again, that was we felt like we could cover them. Just wish we didn't have to cover them as long as we did.
Coach, Steph said it was 5 mistakes on being comfortable on the offense.
That's it, guys. That's it, guys. That's it. That's it. All right, mate. We will have. Here we go. What about Drake Maye? Drake. You guys did it. You guys were able to come back and get it done. How big of a win was this for this lookout?
Yeah, just give thanks to the good Lord, man. That was fun. That was a tough one. I took everybody in that locker room, and the guys came out and we battled. Didn't play the best in the first half. The defense helped us out, and we came back offensively and got some things going. And 2-minute drive at the end, just go down and win it. That's what you want.
How happy were you for Ramondre after fumbling and then scoring 2 touchdowns?
Yeah, shoot, that's the story of life, of football. You know, adversity, being able to bounce back, and he was still running hard. He was running as hard as he could, and you know, there's going to be trust in Ramondre for the whole season. You know, we need him. He's a great player, and he's fun to watch.
Felt like that drive, the drive before the first half ended. You were at an off-platform throw to Diggs. He had that little spin out down the inside the 5. I know you guys didn't score there, but you had points there. How much did that get you going in the second half to believe that we could put the ball downfield?
Yeah, I mean, you know, they played a lot of zone. You know, they got eyes on me. You know, just trying to kind of start and take completions in the first half, and felt like in the second half we had some things open downfield, and the guys made plays. And you know, had Diggs, he made a great catch, and we should have scored. We got to do better in the red zone. I know that's going to be the emphasis: score touchdowns in the red zone.
What do you see in the defense? What do you see in the Bills' defense where you can exploit later on in the game that you did?
Yeah, no, I think they're great. You know, great defense. They do a lot of different things. They play a lot of 2 deep zone on us tonight. Disguising great. Yeah, just trying to. You know, part of disguising is you're going to be, you know, out of place versus when you're not disguising. You're going to be more out of place. So just trying to, you know, see the coverage post snap and let it rip.
What, if anything, happened to you at halftime in terms of responding to pressure? Because obviously things were much better for you.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything, like the first half was terrible. You know, we had the ball. You know, I missed a third down throw to Steph in the back shoulder. I missed him underneath. You know, we fumbled, and down there when the defense had some turnovers, we didn't score in the red zone. So yeah, just tell the guys keep playing. You know, we were up. What was it, 6-3? Was that what it was? Shoot, you know, we were up 6-3 on them. You know, one of the best teams in the league with the MVP. There's nothing to be sad about. Just go out there and keep playing.
Coach Vrabel just signed like had confidence going in this game. What was the team's mindset coming in a tough environment?
Yeah, he always said is take the next step. You know, this division game. You know, it's 8-20, and Orchard Park and a great environment playing the Buffalo Bills. You know, where else would you rather be? So it was fun.
Drake, how did it feel to finally just deliver in the clutch there and put the game away?
Yeah, shoot, I was just trusting the guys around me. You know, trust those guys. You know, I grew up. You know, my dad and my brothers always said, you know, in basketball or baseball, if it's the last play or the last shot, you know, I want the ball in my hands. So I'm not going to lose that mindset, and I'm keep that mindset my whole career.
How about the last kick?
Yeah, I couldn't watch. You know, I couldn't watch. Couldn't watch. You know, it was just trust. You know, just trust in him, and you know, he back in the day he was committed to North Carolina high school, and he flipped on us. So he went to Miami, but you know, what a kick. You know, pressure, ultimate pressure. I tell people all the time, you know, other than quarterback, I think kickers got it. You got a lot on the line, so it's sweet to see.
So what'd you do, shut your eyes?
I was just looking down the iPad of something in the run game I could have done in the last, you know, couple plays to get another first down.
What role has your faith played? You know, I'm watching on Instagram. What role has your faith played for your career thus far?
Yeah, it's huge. You know, we just, you know, our chaplain just told me before the game, be a blessing, man. Just be a blessing. You know, just thank the good Lord for being out here. You know, keeping me healthy, keeping the guys healthy. And what a position I am in my life to, you know, spread the word and know that everything is, you know, I'm doing is through him and for him.
Mike mentioned that they started blitzing you guys more in the second half. It seemed like you started to scramble a bit more as well. Did that have anything to do with it? And why were you able to get some?
Yeah, I probably should have stayed in the pocket. They had some good pockets. You know, I think a lot of them were, you know, the sacks were my fault. You know, it wasn't like they were beat. So I just got hanging there. You know, I think they're diving the edges in and keeping the backers kind of spying on me. So just got to stay in the pocket and know that those guys are playing their butts off up front.
What
What
do
do
you
you
think
think
of
of Steph's performance? He seemed like extra fired up.
Yeah, you knew. I mean, it's storybook. You knew. I thought he should have got the end zone when he got caught. But, you know, coming back here, first game, prime time, you know, you could see it all week. You know, he just loves football. You know, he loves the game, and he's got a lot in the tank left, so it's good that he's a Patriot.
Drake, two final questions. Did you expect them to blitz you as much as they did in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, they weren't blitzing us really at all in the first half, so I figured, you know, they're down, they make something happen, they're going to, you know, come after us. And like I said, they do a great job disguising and just trying to make something happen. And the guys did a great job, you know, staying alive.
Drake, you talked about your leadership. We're always being more vocal when you get some wins and feel like, coach, you've done something. What do you feel like you did tonight?
What do I feel like I did tonight? Yeah, I played. You know, I didn't hurt the team. You know, protected the football. You know, made some plays, protected the football, and gave us a chance to win. And used my teammates around me. That's the biggest thing. So, you know, we got a lot left, and we got to keep going. So, thank you guys.
Thank you, guys. All right, let's Patriots quarterback. We'll have Patriots come up with a big time win here in Buffalo. You've been swinging on the Buffalo Bills. Marcus Joe.
Good, how are you?
How would you sort of sum up that?
Every guy in that locker room contributed to the win tonight. I'm just so proud of our guys. Came in here with that feeling, worked all week, and we're able to showcase it tonight.
Josh is so challenging, and that offense is so challenging to go against. What do you think you were able to do to sort of help you guys stay right there?
I think our rush did a great job getting home, stopping the run early, getting home to Josh, and then playing tight coverage in the back end. A full team defense, offense, defense, special teams.
What would you say this result says about the Patriots?
It says we're here to work, and we're here to continue to get better each and every day. We pour our hearts and our lives into this sport for these 17 opportunities, and to go out there and get the win tonight was huge for us.
Turnovers were a big part of it as well. I think you had the first one, the first fumble. How much was that part of what you guys were emphasizing coming in here?
Getting the ball is always huge, especially on the defensive side of the ball. We go for it, we attack it. We never know if it's going to come out, but we were able to get a few of them out tonight that paid major dividends for us in the end.
Did you look at this game as a measuring stick game?
Every game is a measuring stick game. Every chance you get to go up on a Sunday and compete against your peers is a measuring stick game, as you will. Anytime you step on that field, it's an opportunity to go out and establish yourself and reestablish yourself.
Final question? The kick at the end. You know what's good as soon as you get it?
Andy's clutch, and Andy has been kicking his whole life, and we are just so proud of him coming here every day to work, get better, and then just to go out there and showcase it when the lights are brightest. Sunday night football, everyone watching, to bury it from, 53, 54. I can only imagine what that does for his confidence going forward.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Well, how big of a win was this for you? And you redeemed yourself after the fumble, scoring 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think it was a big win for our team, division win. And, I'm just proud of our team, how we fought and, fought to the end. And, yeah, me personally, I got to clean that up. But, yeah, I think I bounced back in a way. But, yeah, I got to clean that up.
You've been the hardest on yourself. How big has the head coach been for you, your teammates, just keeping you out there? Because everybody makes mistakes.
Right,
but
right. I think it's huge. I think that gives me a ton of confidence and just, keep my head a little leveled. Because, it could get frustrating. I have 3 fumbles in, a couple of games. But I'm just going to tighten it up. I'm going to go to work every week, just try to get better, just try to clean it up. But, yeah, my teammates and Coach Vrabel and McDaniels, all them behind me, it means the world. So I just need to, follow up and do my part.
You've been here on previous years where the team has come up here, we don't have a shot. We don't
Right.
have a shot in these type of games.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you know coming into this game? Like, we got a shot. I was with the team yesterday. You guys were pretty loose, confident coming in. The head coach was fired up.
Yep.
But things feel different this year. Why is that?
I don't know. This week, personally, I'll just say we had a great week of practice. We were all super locked in. We're all trying to take that next step. And I feel like the next step was, coming in here Sunday night and, beating a good Bills team. So, yeah, we just got to keep it pushing, stay consistent, and, try to get another win.
What's it say about your football team that you're the only team so far to beat the Buffalo Bills and beat them here?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think we all went out there with a goal in mind, a common goal in mind, and I think that's when, that's when things, come to light, when everybody has a common goal and we're all chasing the same thing.
How happy are you for Stefon Diggs knowing that he's coming back here?
Yeah.
His former team?
Super proud of him. He a baller. I call him Unk, but he be balling in it. Unk. He got some years in the league. Yeah. Nah, but great leader too. He was one of the leaders in my ear actually after I fumbled and stuff like that. So he kept me in the game and told me I was gonna make a play to help us win.
He's more vocal this game than any other game on the sideline.
Right.
I haven't seen that 4 games. You couldn't shut him up tonight. But how important is that for your team from a leadership standpoint? Because you've been here a couple of years.
Yeah.
that you'd like to go out and play. Drake's kind of a wide guy.
Exactly, yeah.
Had that flashy guy out there that can go out and make plays and talk about it.
Yeah, like you said, I'm not really of a rah-rah guy. I kind of go out there and try to do my job as the best as I can. And I'm not going to talk for Drake, but I feel like he's kind of the same way. But Steph just being that vocal leader for us, I think it just keeps us all on the right track, keep us all going, and, keep us pumped up, keep us in the game, and, just, whoa, you all right?
Things are going down.
Just keep us in the game and, just keeping us ready to play.
You guys are so close in that running back room with Antonio going out today. How you guys hanging in?
It's a sad situation for my guy AG. We super close in that running back room, so to see him go down, I think me and Trey were just on the sideline like, let's just do it for AG. No more mistakes, and just have a clean game from here on out. And I think we did that for him. And prayers up to him. I hope he's back out there with us soon.
What's the game when you see a head coach outside the locker room after the game is over, high-fiving you guys coming back in? What does that tell your team?
We're all one. He's part of us. He's proud of us. Win, lose, or draw, he'd have been out there high-fiving us and, congratulating us, I think, just by the way we played. So it was great. A lot of energy from Vrabel, and, he's just behind us, and it's kind of easy to play for him.
What's it like being on the field when Drake May's out there, like pulling rabbits out of hats and just making magic?
Yeah, I don't know. That boy's a playmaker. He's a playmaker. That's all I can say. He was making plays out there in critical times.
Are you surprised your second touchdown, you went in pretty much untouched?
Yeah, I went straight up to Hunter, and I was like, great block. I think it was just, it was nothing but space over there. I just had to get the ball and run.
Is there anything specific about the red zone you guys felt like you could have success on the ground?
I think we feel like that every week. I think we will get down there in the red zone. That got to be our philosophy, to run it in. Nobody should be able to stop us from running it in. So I think that was just something we, went in the week with, like saying let's run the ball down there and get in by doing that. So I think, we made a step by doing that.
Your final question? The chance that we heard for Andy, I apologize if you already asked about it, but
No, it wasn't.
How does that sort of happen in there? And then what is it like in there when you guys are all chanting his name when he?
It's great, and him being a young guy, I know this gives him a ton of confidence. He's a great kicker, a great player. He stays level-headed. So I'm just proud of him. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys.
Marcus Stevenson, Marcus comes over before Stefon Diggs comes to the podium. You had to call this game.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Right.
Mr. Jones,
Hey, how you doing?
Good, Marcus.
how big of a win was this for you guys?
Big win. It's a divisional opponent, and coming up to Buffalo is, it's a hostile environment for sure. So glad that we got the dub.
What'd you see on the pick? Rob the Dolphin.
I started to see he had progressions, so it was like from left to right, and we was in a certain coverage, and I seen his eyes kind of get big, so I was like, hopefully he throws it this way, and he did. So.
You hit a couple of those in the middle during the game earlier.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they've been just finding ways to where you try to get the ball across the middle and everything. So had to try to make them pay for it for sure.
Marcus, what would you say about Stefon Diggs? I mean, this game seemed like it meant a lot.
Yeah. No. Just the whole week and everything. It wasn't to where he was like, oh, this is a game that I'm circling and everything. But him coming back here, it's emotional. And he definitely want to get a win. And I'm glad he's a part of this team and helped us out a lot for sure.
What did you think of his performance?
Oh, great for sure.
Having Kevin Gonzo back, obviously, Davis got picked up a little bit, but he fought through it. But it gets you back sort of that nickel position. You guys sort of are all settling in as a secondary now. Fair to say that?
Yeah, for sure. We always talked about it from the beginning of the season. We want to trust each other, and we're going to play man. So we got to make sure we handle our business every single down, and we're comfortable out there. But it's a lot of building as the week go on.
Marcus, what would you say this win says about just the Patriots and where you guys are at this point?
We're still building, of course. Like I said, it's a great win, and everything will be on to the next week. But it's hard to win out here, so we're glad to end up getting a W.
Stopping Josh Allen, not an easy task.
At all.
At all.
Yeah.
But you guys were able to get to him today.
Yeah, we talked about it from the beginning of the week. we're going to make sure that the plays are going to be a little longer than expected than other quarterbacks. So we got to make sure we call it plaster and get onto the receivers as much as we can. And the people that are rushing, you got to end up rushing for 6-7 seconds every other play and stuff like that. But it's just all about, us trusting each other and everybody doing their own assignment. Oh, yeah, for sure. Andy, man, that was clutch. Just him in that environment, first time out here and knocking it down straight through the middle. So kudos to him, and I'm proud of him for sure.
Thank you, Marcus. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Marcus Jones is coming up with a key interception. Scott Rolak.
Andy's next.
Yep. Let's talk about it. Just talk about
Alrighty.
it. Take us through that kick.
I mean, really, I just treated it like any other kick. Just went out there, trusted that snap was going to get there, hold was going to be great, everyone was going to block in front, and ball goes in.
What does support that they showed you down in Miami help you to get to this point? How much did that mean to you?
It meant a lot, just obviously I'm a rookie, had my struggles in the beginning, but, just having them kind of tap me on the shoulder, like, hey, like, don't worry about it, on to the next one. Helped me just remind myself that, one kick doesn't define me, to just keep moving on, because life doesn't stop.
What was going through your mind when you took the field for it again?
Really, I was just checking the wind, and then after that, it's just let my body take control at that point.
Specialists can sometimes be a little superstitious. Do you have a specific routine that you like to stick to?
Yeah, just my whole steps and everything. I do roll my shoulders, so that's just like a physical thing that I do. It used to work when I was little, just keep my chest up. Now I guess naturally I do that, but just kept that because it's kind of like a trigger for my brain. Just kind of like, all right, let's go.
Greg said he couldn't watch the kick.
Some people can't watch, some people can watch. I watched it halfway and saw it down the middle, and I kind of just got excited, started celebrating a little bit, because at that point I already knew it was going in.
Did you know immediately, or when did you know?
Pretty much immediately. It was probably my best ball of the day, really. Even like pregame and all that, it was definitely my best ball of the day.
Andy, to back up, as the drive is unfolding, you guys have the ball, Buffalo's using timeouts. How are you preparing for that opportunity, knowing that it's likely to come down to only a half a second?
Like I said, I treat every kick like it's a game-winning kick, really. So I'm just on the sideline taking my practice kicks. I try to time it up whenever like the crowd gets really loud. When I'm back there, works for me. I don't know if anyone else does that, but that definitely helps me kind of just get used to the noise and in that stadium, I guess. But overall, like I said, just same kick every time.
Right before the half, you had a chance to kick one. Did you think you would have that chance? There's only about 4 seconds left. You ran a play on the 1 yard line. Do you think you'd get a chance to kick it?
I'd stay ready no matter what. We even practice those type of kicks, pregame and back home, just because you never know when we're just going to be like, all right, let's go get 3 points and rebundle and get back out there.
Have you had a chance to check your phone?
As of right now, no. Just texting my wife, texting my family, that's it.
Andy, how would you describe what the moment was like when you were in the locker room and all your teammates started chanting your name?
That was awesome. We take pride in building a brotherhood, a family. And I treat every single one of those guys in there as my brother, and I'll die for them.
Andy, along those lines, the operations is a unit. You have a classmate in Julian, a rookie. Kind of like going through this experience together, how important that's been to have someone like him going through it with you through preseason and now the early part of the season at a moment like that.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, we did pre-draft together, so we've been together since January. Sometimes I can't stand him. I'm just kidding. I love Julian. We've really just been training together ever since high school, college, like all that. And now that we're on the same team, both rookies in the NFL, it's great. I get to kind of bond with him on like, before the game, we were kind of like looking at each other. We're like, dude, we're playing on Sunday Night Football. Like, it's kind of sick. But, just at the end of the day, kind of lean on each other to just, take it day by day and just be calm and comfortable.
You mentioned the connection with the team, specifically with Julian and Bryce, who are so vital to what you do. One, how was that operation on the final kick? And two, what have they meant to you as you sort of embarked on your NFL journey?
Yeah, I mean, the operation was flawless. Great snap, great hold. Like I said, it was my best ball of the day, so great kick. But, just the relationship that we have, the trio, I like to call it, and it's special, just because we like playing jokes on each other, but at the end of the day, we know we all depend on each other. So that's kind of how you have to treat it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yes, Stefon Diggs. Some comments about us, and it's your call.
Oh, man, we're talking game day earlier.
So, Steph,
Yeah.
tell us about, first and foremost, your emotions, coming back to Buffalo.
I was excited. I kind of spoke on it a little bit as far as being nostalgic, doing the drive-in. Came in a different interest this time, but, I was happy about it, and I just was happy to be back playing football. It's easy to get kind of lost in the moment while you're out there, but just try to remain focused the whole time and, be there for my teammates.
What was that environment like?
It was lit, prime time. I played here before. I've been on the other side. It was just electrifying, and I knew that it was going to be a test for us. Obviously, with the guys that we got, and we all new to each other. I think 9 new starters compared to 11 on offense. So going into a hostile environment, and the biggest thing is just the fundamentals and being violent. You know what I'm saying? Be the aggressor. It's going to be a hostile there. It's a great football team. So trying to take the fight to them.
Steph, what does it say about the Patriots?
We won the game. I think it speaks volumes that we're taking steps in the right direction, but don't get too high, don't get too low about it. It's early in the season, to the second quarter of the season. We're trying to do some of the right things. We did some good things out there. Obviously, a lot of things to correct, you know what I'm saying? Because, we felt like we left a lot of plays out there, but, a win is a win. We'll take it. It's in the division. Those kind of count for 2 sometimes. So I was proud of the guys. I was proud of their approach during the week, and then I knew it was going to be a test for us as far as with the game.
They showed you on the sidelines, pumping up your teammates. What were you saying?
That's every week. You know what I'm saying? I'm never not going to be there as far as a power positive energy guy. I'm bring a lot of charismatic, you know what I'm saying, energy, a lot of love. I just feel like the more you put that positive energy in the air, good things going to happen. Even if things aren't going right, they'll take the tide will turn. Even Dre had that early little mishap, and I just told him to stay positive. You know what I'm saying? We got your back, and we rocking with you right or wrong. Things going to happen in a football game, and that's just part of football, the ebbs and flows of it. But staying positive and knowing that he's a playmaker, and he went out there and played his butt off after.
Steph, did you see any difference in him in the second half? Obviously, the results were different, but what did you see?
No, just being a running back. You know what I'm saying? Things happen early for every position. Even I had a drop. Things happen. The biggest thing is moving forward. When things happen, don't get lost in the play using the F word and just say F it and keep it going. And we got so many good players on this team. When good things are rolling, you can see that potential with this offense. When we don't beat ourselves.
What did you see from your quarterback today? What did you see from Drake May?
I seen a young quarterback take a step in the right direction. They did a lot of comparisons during the week, and I feel like it was a hell of a comparison to be compared to Josh Allen. But as you come into your own, Drake May has to be Drake May. And I was just so proud of him, coming in here and leading the team. Being a young quarterback can be hard sometimes, and that's why you have a supporting cast. Running backs making plays, receivers making plays, and let him know that you got his back. So I was just super proud of him. He has a good approach during the weekend. Attach yourself to the process and not the results.
You had a lot of big catches in your mind. What was the biggest one?
The first one, just trying to get the drive going. P10, we have a big thing as far as staying in the green. And we did anticipate them blitzing on the early. They didn't do that. Second half they did. So I feel like it was a bend don't break. I played this team. I was a part of this team for a long time. So I kind of knew what to expect a little bit. But that first play, just to get going and, set the table, I guess. So
How much do you feed off of the crowd?
everything. That's everything to me. I love football, And when it gets loud, it kind of gets quiet for me, Even when it's quiet, I ain't thinking too much. When it gets super loud, I just trying to own in on my details, and I want to win every rep. It don't bother me too much, They love you one day, they hate you the next, they're going to love you again. You know what I'm saying? I spent a lot of time here. I respect the dynamic, Used to be here. I'm not here no more, but I guess I miss you too.
Over that past 18 months, Steph, what have you learned about yourself?
18 months? Since when?
18 months, just year and a half, just the journey over the past.
I don't let things shake me. I don't let people's opinions about me, what people say about me, how people feel about me. I just look at it as when people think about me, why you think about me anyways? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm just I'm gonna be myself. I'm never gonna waver. I'm a man of God. I'm a man of faith. Throughout even my injury process, I leaned on my faith and I was working hard. So I learned a lot about myself as far as my character as a man. I don't lack confidence. I ain't gonna lose my confidence. I'm not gonna lose myself.
Two final questions, guys. Two final questions.
I got 3 at least.
To that point, what role has Jeff Bates played to you this far in your career? New team, you know? What role has Jeff Bates played?
I get asked that question a lot as far as like from your everyday person, and I try to be as transparent as possible. Like, I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? I fall short in many areas, but I always lean on God. Like, I always, like, even last week before the game when I was praying, I was just like, I trust him. You know what I'm saying? However it's going to go. Like, and that was before the game. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know it was going to be a halfway decent day for me. But I lean on my faith and I lean on God, and he's never let me down. I've been hurt. I've been hurt before. I've lost games. I've won games. You know what I'm saying? But my faith will never waver, and I'm going to stand strong. And I'm 10 toes down when it comes to God. And, you know, that's just how I go. I really appreciate that question, though. Thank you.
Step back-to-back 100-yard games for yourself now. Safe to say you're feeling pretty good.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
You embraced Josh Allen at the end. You said, you said I love you. What was that like?
Oh, you heard that? That's my dog, man. Like, obviously, things happen, the business happens, but I spent a lot of time here, and I got a lot of love and respect for that young man. He's a tremendous player, and he's one of the boys, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, things happen, and I'm not here no more, but I consider myself a real one, you know what I'm saying? I'm never going to, you know, if I'm not on your team no more, we're not cool no more. We built a special bond, you know what I'm saying? That was my guy, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to switch up or act like I didn't have a lot of love and respect for that young man. So when I see him, I try to give him that reminder. Like, even last year, they had that picture, right, of me side-eyeing him, but they just kind of caught it at the wrong time, and I always wanted to speak on that photo because I was staring at him in a moment because it was like, damn, like, that was my brother, you know what I'm saying? You know, even like, we won in Houston, but, like, that's my brother, and, like, you know, I do got a lot of love and respect for him. It kind of looked like a little shout-out, but that's not what it was. I was staring at him for a second when he was walking away like, damn, that was my guy. Thank you. Oh, I got you one more.
One last thing. On the blitz, you mentioned when the Bills started blitzing, you guys seemed to execute better. On the blitz, you guys were expecting the blitz. You seemed not to be fast.
Rattled.
You guys seemed to play actually better under that pressure.
I mean, I just feel like we kind of worked it all week, and when it didn't happen, we just had to line up and play ball. And then when it did happen, like, we were prepared. And it's just being on the details. Like, our coaches harp that a lot as far as, like, finishing and being on the details. So, you know, it starts at the top and it trickles down to us. You know, we just doing what we're coached and what we practice each and every day. I hate to make it sound like vanilla or cliche, but doing your job goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? When you're on the details and you're available as a receiver for the quarterback and you're making plays, those guys had a hell of a day, man. I'm so proud of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Steph.
Yeah.
Thank you.